Let's go. Hello and welcome
Hello.
to Conversations with My Father, the Christmas special. Anything to add?
Something we've been very much looking forward to.
Very much.
And reviewing what we did this time last year, almost to the minute, actually, reminded me just how much like a festive Jabba the Hutt I looked back then.
Yeah. Less so now?
Much
Just a
less so now.
Jabba that's been on a
he's been
diet.
seriously dieting.
Yeah.
Which is, so I'm delighted to be presenting to you again 12 months on from what was a difficult period.
Yeah.
And I hope you will notice a bit more sprightliness, although I'm not planning to get out of my chair very often.
Well, you might
during
need
this
to
episode.
on the odd occasion.
I will on the odd occasion.
Now, you may have noticed we're in a slightly different setup. We are outside in our, what do you call it, a loggia.
It's not an outhouse.
No.
That's more associated with a privy.
Right.
Or an outdoor lavatory.
Yeah, not in one of those.
Which we're not in.
Quite
This
a
is,
fancy
we
outdoor
very
lavatory.
grandly call this a loggia, because it's just outside and we want to make it sound more grand than it probably
and
is.
we thought
really.
hopefully you can see the tree as well. Down there there'll be that little icon that people always nice to hover on
yes,
as well.
Absolutely.
And subscribe, so please do. We wanted to go quite big for this episode, so we'll quickly run you through the rough plan, let's say.
Yes, including the gin
including
and tonic.
the gin, exactly. We've got plenty to talk about. But firstly, welcome to our Christmas special. We hope that you are all enjoying your Christmas period with friends, family, whoever you may be spending it with. It's always a very special time for us as a family. We try and make it as enjoyable as possible.
We do.
We are going to come on to some questions that you guys have very kindly written in. I've selected a handful. I can't read out everyone, but I've selected my favourites or our favourites.
He selected his favourites.
We then have some games to play as well, or tricks / games that we have lined up. However, what I'd like to do is start with do you want to start with the gin and tonic? And
yes.
You're
going to pour it and I'll describe it.
Yes, yeah, let's do that. Fantastic. Go on then.
This is a gin which is called René. First few letters of Renaissance.
Hopefully they can get that.
And it's made by Alex Watson
and
Emma Watson.
Yeah.
And I hope they don't mind my name checking them in full. But this is made out of the last of the great pressings from their father's vineyard in Chablis. And it's got a lovely pale orange colour to it.
Really lovely bottle as well.
It's top notch, and I have no issue at all in giving it a plug for Christmas and New Year. It's different and it's beautifully packaged.
There we go.
So we're going to enjoy that over the next hour or so.
Talking of, that's a nice tangent there, talking of packages, wonder where I'm going with that. Why not kick off with a nice bottle of gin and tonic, but also a little cheers.
You're very good health, everybody.
Stay on my feet here.
Good health.
It's quite punchy. I've done quite a strong one there. I've got a present for you, and for me actually.
For me?
Yeah. I thought we'd start with a festive present.
How marvellous.
Which one would you like? They're both. You choose.
That one,
That
please.
one. There you go. I'll let you unwrap.
I will, but just before we do,
yes.
I'm sorry that I couldn't find the other red Father Christmas hat that we had last year.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's gone, but that's why I'm wearing a ski hat.
Ski hat. So, well,
which has got festive snowflakes.
This is
on it,
just
nice.
A little something from me to you. Happy Christmas.
Oh, look at that! I don't know what it is yet, but it's clothing, and. Oh, I say, look at that. Bless you. Look at that, everybody.
So
Conversations with my father.
What we'll do is I've got us matching sweatshirts, which have our logo on, which hopefully
That's
you guys
absolutely
can see
marvellous.
our dodgy faces there. So there you go.
Oh, that's
my little.
I'm really very, very happy
little
with that.
present to you.
Thank you.
It's all going off, kicking off here.
The only time you've mucked up a Christmas present to me was giving me that joke Wallace and Gromit mug.
Yeah, it was
which,
quite.
Never really got. That was hopeless. Never really got used.
Bounced out.
Enough said.
Oh no! We got to get that on the fire. We can't leave that there.
No, this one.
Right.
Would you like to put that on?
So, yeah.
I've
well,
got
happy
a gift
Christmas,
for you,
Dad.
which is just here.
Yeah.
If you'd like to collect
Do you want
that.
me to?
Yes, mind my glasses.
There's a lot of moving around. Sorry for viewers that are watching this. Do you want your glasses?
No, not at the
leave
moment.
those
Thank you.
there. This is from you.
Yes, I'm just going to give some
very
festive atmosphere here.
Yeah.
This is just a brief and small example of my love of model railways. On this one, the people and the train itself are completely out of scale. But there again, I suppose, so is the Romney Hythe and Dymchurch.
There you
So
go.
this could be the Romney Hythe and Dymchurch. And the train itself is not actually moving on the track, it's the track that's revolving.
Fascinating.
Which is another,
Right, well, do you want to turn that off? And we'll.
Yes.
Right, so this says, to dear Freddie, with great love at Christmas 2023 from Mum and Dad. So it's from both of you.
Yeah, well, it's mostly from me. I sorted
right,
it out.
okay. Is
Very
it
nice
podcast
paper.
related?
Is it what?
Is it podcast related?
In a future edition,
Ooh.
yes. It is.
Oh my lord.
It's not quite right, but it's a pretty good approximation.
That is pretty amazing.
So just for those of you who can't see it, this is
that's awesome.
a model Cobra.
That's amazing.
What's wrong is that it's left-hand drive, and it's a model of a 289 rather than a 427. But
very cool. Thank you.
It's lovely.
That's amazing. That's very, very cool.
Rather a nice thing to have in your shelf.
Thank you so much. That's
my enormous pleasure.
That's awesome. Awesome.
Right,
awesome.
let's get going.
Right then. Well, enough of the fancy stuff. We will properly kick off the episode. Oh, I can't bloody. This is ridiculous.
No, don't do it. It doesn't.
I'm going to because it needs to go on the fire.
Sorry, everybody.
So we have got some questions from. Help yourself to a mince pie as well, if you like. We have some questions from our viewers. I'm not going to name them as I read them out, but they're very good. Some are better than others. So hopefully
we've only got the best ones.
This is true. So first one is: have you ever gone on holiday for Christmas?
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
We went with friends to the Alps, to Meribel.
Yeah.
For Millennium.
Yeah.
Christmas, New Year, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I know you didn't enjoy it because Father Christmas seemed to have
was pretty crap.
Missed the point, and he wasn't as generous as normally he would be.
No.
And you felt that he might not have realised that we'd gone to the Alps on holiday.
Yeah, very true.
So that was one example. And then a couple of years ago, we had a lovely time down in Devon.
Yeah.
Where we stayed in a Landmark Trust place, I think it was.
Yeah.
Where we went with your cousins and uncle and aunt and grandma.
Yeah.
And we had a fabulous time.
We did. It was very, very good. Well done. You've answered that.
Really,
but
marvellous.
I would.
But I think yes.
Just how useless the French Father Christmas was.
Yes.
Père Noël was not good.
No. Okay.
At a time where Father Christmas was a big part of Christmas.
Yes.
Well,
he still is.
But it sounds very. I mean, that's a real first world problem when you're away skiing for Christmas, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But there we go. But these things matter.
You're quite right.
When
they mattered
when you were a kid.
You weren't thinking about first world problem then.
No, when you were about 7 or 8.
You were only 8 years old.
Number 2 is, what's the best thing you've ever got from a Christmas cracker?
From a Christmas cracker,
Yeah.
I think it was probably one that I made for myself when we had friends round, because you can make up Christmas crackers and put some half decent things in them. So I gave myself a nice pair of fabric cufflinks, which I was very pleased with.
Was everyone else's gift the normal cracker?
There were some nice things.
Okay.
They were really proper crackers.
You didn't just make your one good?
No,
okay.
absolutely not.
Right.
But the standard crackers tend to be quite disappointing.
Yeah. Well, you had I think we mentioned this last Christmas episode, but how you've added in other ways to Christmas crackers.
Yes, putting the odd joke in, inappropriate for Grandma. But I'm not doing that this year, you can rest assured.
You're not going to... I think it's quite a nice tradition, that
well,
we need to uphold.
Possibly.
Yeah, bless Grandma. It's it's very, very entertaining when we see her face as she reads out.
Yes. I really have trouble with Christmas crowns, though, the paper hats.
Yeah.
Because they can get surprisingly hot.
Can they?
And then you get hat hair when you take them off.
Well,
and it
doesn't affect you too much, does it? But
well, it's round the sides. It certainly does.
Okay.
I look a complete nose with a when I take it off, and the same when I've got it on. Actually.
So basically, in answer to that question, the best thing you've ever got from a Christmas cracker is something that you put in the cracker.
Yes.
Right.
That's right.
Fantastic. Glad
And
we
yourself?
cleared that up. I think, well, one of just surprisingly one of your jokes that you would have written.
Okay.
Which because it was at the time I didn't know about this thing that you were doing, so
Yes.
it was quite surprising.
I think one of those
eyebrow-raising
jokes might have been the one about the Flintstones. Those people in Saudi Arabia don't really like the Flintstones, but those in Abu Dhabi do.
I was wondering where you were going with that. Very good. Very, very good. That's for our Abu Dhabi listeners, that one out there.
Yes.
Question number 3 is it acceptable to have tomato ketchup on your Christmas roast?
To some extent, it depends what the Christmas roast is.
Well, a classic turkey.
Yeah, but a Christmas roast is non-specific, is in the question. And a lot of people are choosing different sorts of roasts. And we'll have beef, lamb, sometimes pork, but
But
goose.
let's just say the majority of people choose a turkey as their meat source for... But you would think so.
Yes, you would.
It's tradition, isn't it,
Would.
really?
It's
our
not something
tradition
that
anyway.
I would choose to have, because I don't think it enhances the flavour. But if you think it enhances the flavour...
I think it depends on how you cook the meat as well.
Go ahead.
Because you can have some really... there's a page called the Archbishop of Banterbury.
No,
I think I've shown you some stuff on there before.
Right.
But they've done this thing, I think it was this year, where they put up some pictures of people's Christmas roasts.
Yes.
That just are appalling. Really poor roasts, really lacking in gravy or
So this
really
was from last year,
overcooked.
presumably.
Yes, or just old photos that have been recycled. And for that sort of thing, if it's really bad, then I feel ketchup would add to it. So I think, in answer to your question, it depends on the quality of the roast. If it's a very good roast and a very good Christmas roast, it shouldn't be required.
If the ketchup you think is going to enhance the meal, then have some.
There we go, look at that, fantastic. Right then, next one is, what's one thing you'd wish the other person wouldn't do? So it's not really Christmas related, it could be Christmas related, but...
You?
Yeah, so what's one thing that I do that you wish I wouldn't do?
I think it's the way that you put your knife between the prongs of the fork and just do it both sides, and it clinks, and it's just... I find that irritating.
You do it on the side as well, though. But
but not every mouthful.
I saw you doing it this morning with your eggs that I very
Apparently
kindly made
I do
you.
it as well, so he could say the same about me. I've never noticed myself doing it.
What's one
so
thing
do pick me up on that if you find it
I
irritating.
wish the other person wouldn't do?
Yes. So that's now you're
Yeah, I
saying
know.
that about
I
me.
know.
If there's not, then that's fine. I'm
Yeah,
happy.
well, I think in my situation, I'm struggling to pin one down because there are so many.
Eating so slowly.
Yeah, you're a very slow masticator, Dad.
I am.
For those...
I confess that to that accusation. I just love my food and getting maximum value out of it.
You definitely get maximum value.
Yeah.
From your food. I'll give you that, Dad. So that's one. Chew faster.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then keep up with the rest of us. Next one. Who's the funniest?
What, all the time or at Christmas time?
All it says is who's the funniest, and I'd say we're different, but I'm going to say you, and you'll probably say me.
I think humour is so important in life.
Yeah.
Being able to have a good laugh, and as I think I said last year, referring to the Irish comedian Dave Allen, who was big on telly in the 80s, 70s and 80s. Now the second best thing after sex is making people laugh.
Yeah.
And making people laugh is all that's left to me now. So that's just fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
I love laughing. I love making people laugh.
Well, I've actually just
glorious.
thought of a Christmas joke, actually, which I could share with everyone.
Please do.
Which is my Swedish cousin was cast as the baby Jesus for the Nativity.
Yes.
Christ, I thought, the Saviour is Bjorn. So that's my festive one, which obviously you guys can please use on Christmas Day.
I hadn't heard that one.
There we
go. Very good.
So that's that one. There's my joke. Next question is bacon in Brussels, smash or pass?
Smash or pass?
Smash or pass. Have you heard that phrase before? Smash or pass?
Well, there was a potato substitute called smash.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking...
Have you ever heard the phrase
mashed potato, artificial mashed potato, or nothing at all? So put me right on that. Is this another sexual reference?
No, it's not sexual at all. I'd say it's yes or no is basically, I think, how you...
Okay, all right. Yes, I would smash.
You would smash... You would smash
yes,
bacon
because I
in
think
Brussels.
anything that enhances a Brussels sprout could be Parmesan cheese, lardon, the bacon pieces.
Well, I think that's what this is referring to.
I think is great.
Yeah.
Because sprouts on their own can be a bit of a challenge.
But again, depending on how they're cooked.
Yes, I know.
Because people can really underdo them and they're like little marbles on your plate.
Yes.
Or they massively overdo them and they're just mush.
Yes. Well, that's very true. And it's about the only time.
And it's kind of a bit of an afterthought. I always think Brussels sprouts. It's one of those.
No, it's first
but I
thing
think
on
a lot
the
of
Christmas
people.
menu.
But I think it's one of these Marmite things at Christmas where you do either like it or you don't. And I think it's often people don't like them because they're not cooked well.
That could be perfectly true.
I mean, that's mine.
But
I'm going to smash as well. Brussels, it's
smash.
bacon in Brussels. I'm going to smash.
Good idea. Thank you for the question.
Again, quite similar. Vodka shots at breakfast.
Yes.
Slay or no slay? You ever heard that phrase?
No, I haven't, but I know now what you're talking about. Presumably slay is the thumbs up, and the no slay is the thumbs down.
Probably yes or no.
Okay, vodka shots on Christmas Day. I think...
vodka shots at breakfast.
At breakfast on Christmas Day. I would defer that until after a walk on Boxing Day.
That's very proper of you.
Because we tend to go for something fizzy on Christmas morning.
True.
But please, if you don't like a fizzy start to the day, then by all means go for a vodka shot. I couldn't drink it neat. So it has to be with spicy tomato juice. And I've got the rude and amusingly shaped horseradish.
Oh, you have got that again this year?
Yes. If you haven't seen a raw horseradish, then you're in for a treat. you go to your greengrocer, and it's probably too late to get one in before Christmas, but
Never know.
You'll understand why I consider it a rude and amusingly shaped vegetable. But just grating some of that into sorry, that was a grating movement, into your Bloody Mary, gives it a chewy texture, which is and a bite that is just fabulous.
It's very good. So I don't know if any of you guys have this. That is a tradition for us on Boxing Day to have a Bloody Mary. That's the only time I ever really have it. Is we do a big long walk on Boxing Day, and then we come back, and it's kind of you and I who do it, isn't it?
Yes.
The Bloody Mary. It's
we'll be in here with the fire lit, sitting around and chatting.
So celery stick, ice.
Yes, celery salt.
Tomato juice with like a punchy one.
Yes, which if you don't buy Big Tom, which is pre-mixed, with Worcester sauce.
Vodka, obviously.
And not Angostura bitters, what's the thing called?
Lea and Perrins?
Yeah, well that's
Worcester sauce.
The other
we put celery
spicy
salt
stuff.
Well. Tabasco.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
well
Tabasco.
Done. Should have remembered that.
Yeah, it's very good. And then a little sprinkling of celery
glorious.
salt
you
over the top.
Possibly put a bit of sherry in as well if you want an extra.
Well, if you really want to, because Christmas is all about indulgence.
Yeah, indulgence it is.
So there you go.
Quite so.
Nice. So we're going to say sleigh to that. Vodka shots at breakfast.
Yes, you bet.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Certainly over the Christmas
You
period.
do you. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's answer it that way. Now, final one.
Yes.
That we've got here before we move on to the next section is from a good colleague of yours, ex-colleague, let's say, and friend. You must have had many wonderful Christmases, but what has been your worst? It's a hell of a question.
I know this is from my dear friend, as you say, former colleague Jonathan.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, dear chap. I think the worst, there have been two, and they are the first Christmas after a loved one, a dearly loved one, has died, who has been part of every Christmas you've had.
Yeah.
So you have yet to experience that, I'm grateful to say, because I'm still about, as his mum. But that is the time when you miss people most and struggle to be overly jolly. And I think there was another Christmas where we had a family, interesting family discussions where views on things were not necessarily shared. And I'm not going to mention names at all,
but we know,
it was an unnecessary descent into disagreement on a Christmas day, which slightly spoilt things. But it's so rare that it happens. I mean, Christmas for us has always been a lovely family occasion. Having the family around is an absolute joy.
Yeah. I'd say, well, going back to the French Christmas, because it was still, I was of an age where Christmas was such a big thing for me. It still is a big thing, but when you're a young kid, it is so exciting.
Massive, yes.
And waking up to a pretty meagre and modest Christmas stocking in France when we were away skiing. It sounds obscene because it's such a first world problem, but I was about 7 or 8 at the time.
Yeah. And you didn't hide your disappointment?
No, I didn't. I was very good at not hiding my disappointment at that age. It was disappointing.
Yes.
Not
a great start.
Father Christmas made note of that.
Yes.
For the following Christmas.
Put it right.
And put it right, which was
that was good of him.
It was very good of him, actually. Very, very good of him. So yeah, I'd say that was probably my worst. But as you've just noted down, we're very lucky in that our Christmases are lovely. We always get the family together, and it is a lovely, happy, joyous time of year.
Yes.
So we're very, very fortunate.
And I think especially this year, because I'm feeling so much better coming to the end of this year than when I started the year. For me, I've been looking forward to Christmas from the very first day of the month. Every day has been lovely, and seeing friends, being able to see friends and not worry about going back to work the following day
Yeah.
has been an absolute joy. And knowing you were coming home for 3 days before Christmas has been fabulous for us.
It is nice.
And I hope it's good for you too.
Thank you. Well, I do too.
So it's turning out to be a very special time this year.
Good. I agree. Now we have some games that we'd like to play. I think. Are you happy to move on to that section? Would you like to start? Because I feel you've got 2, haven't you?
3.
You've got 3.
3. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got 1. It's not really a game. It's more of a trick. Oh, he's up.
Well, it's a trick, but that's fine. I'm just going to put the Rene Gin.
Yeah.
Don't forget the name.
He's up.
And I'm going to get my tricks.
Off he goes. If you're listening on Spotify at this stage, Dad is getting up behind his chair and getting a few bits for what will be a fascinating trick. Well, hopefully.
Yeah, it will be.
Now, you did this. I'm not going to fake the fact I don't know what you're about to do here.
Right.
You did this with us when we were very young.
Yes.
And I hope that
you can remember how to do it.
No, I'm hoping. I'm going to actually just quickly check that it's visible to viewers that are watching on YouTube, because we obviously encourage you all to watch on YouTube. So yes, that is visible.
Okay.
We should be pretty good actually.
Right, so this first trick, it's visual.
Yeah, it is visual.
And what you need to do is push a spoon, dessert spoon, into the prongs of a fork. So you've got a sort of V shape created by the 2. Yeah. And I'm going to balance those on a matchstick on the outside of this wine glass. There is no trick to it. It is pure physics.
You can do it at the front of the table, just so everyone can see.
It defies logic in many respects. So we put that here, and I'll do it side on so that you can see.
Yeah.
So you put the match through the prongs of the fork, like so, and then you rest it on the side of the glass, on the outside of the glass.
There we go. It's where the wind might have a...
The wind might have a detrimental impact. Hold on.
This is where we cut to an advert break here. We're not quite at that stage.
No, we're pretty close. I may come back to this in a minute.
Go on, one more attempt. This is very entertaining to watch.
I practiced this earlier and it worked beautifully.
Are you okay with is the glass?
Yes,
okay.
all absolutely
Everything, it's
fine.
just the pressure that's
I'm just
getting
making a pig's ear of it.
Yeah, okay. Let's try one more time.
I will try.
It is very good. The first time I ever saw this,
it's hard to believe that it worked.
I didn't believe it.
So I'm doing that the wrong way round.
Wrong way round now.
Making complete holics.
And it is one of those ones that hopefully Dad will get right and be able to. Do you want me to hold the glass?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Could be the wind having an effect.
The wind, I think, might be spoiling things a little.
Yeah. I hope this is absolutely thrilling for the viewers at the moment. Just hang on a moment. So it is. Do you want me to stand in the way of the wind?
It might help, actually.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. Just so that we really get the full
benefit thereof.
Full benefit of this incredible trick.
It is an incredible trick.
Yeah.
Visual display.
It's fascinating.
Freddie may have to do some editing.
There we go.
But there you have it. You can see them slightly
I
moving.
think I'm going to take credit of. Oh, it hasn't.
It hasn't.
There you go. So once you get it right.
So there you have a fork and a spoon and a matchstick balancing on the outside of a wine glass. You think, how on earth can that be possible?
Yeah.
Because all the weight is outside. Sorry, the wind has got that.
It is windy.
But the centre of gravity is taking the weight down that way and balancing against the edge of the glass. It's just keeping it in position.
Yeah.
The wind is slightly...
I'd quit while you're ahead there.
I'll quit.
Yeah.
So that's one, which is a visually incredible...
Fascinating one. Now the next one is this a... you need this one here?
Yeah, that's fine, thank you.
Okay.
The next trick...
Here we go.
Just put that down there. Is to...
By the way, you can all please do try this at home.
Yeah, absolutely do. Absolutely do, but not in a windy environment.
Maybe better than Dad at it.
Here we have a 4-inch nail hammered into a block of wood. Very simple.
Very simple.
We have another 10 4-inch nails here.
Yeah.
And the trick is to balance these 10 nails on the top of that nail without any of these nails touching anything else around. So they've all got to go on the top of that.
Yeah.
Now, this does take some thinking about. So once you know how to do this, you'll never forget.
Yeah.
But it's a great thing for quiet moments with your Christmas guests, or if you are a guest, to show the host.
When the chat's really drying up.
When the chat's drying up.
Yeah.
You just put this out and say, right, balance all those 10 on the top of that nail.
This will be 10 nails.
10 nails.
But they've all got to be 4 inches.
Yeah, it helps if they're that.
If they're the same.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So they're quite substantial nails.
Yeah.
So think about, and this is important for my dear friend and former colleague Jonathan, who was a wet bob at Eton.
What's a wet bob? What does that mean?
Water sports rather than cricket.
Oh, right, okay.
So think of a rowing 8.
Sounds worse than that.
Here's your boat. And then you've got your 8 oarsmen.
Yeah.
So you lay them across like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Again, this is the point where an art
7.
attack you'd have, here's one I made earlier.
8. So there you've got your oarsmen in the boat. Now the way this all locks together and forms a frame is if the cox, let's call him the cox, lies in the laps of all the other oarsmen.
Yeah.
Like so.
No, you haven't got that end one in.
And then you pick up...
The last one is not in. There you go.
You pick up the boat and the heads of all the oarsmen...
I hope this works.
...are locked together. No, it'll come, it'll come. Don't you worry, this will work.
This will work. Here we go.
Forms a frame.
Yeah. One of the
oarsmen's fallen out, but that doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter too much here.
So there you have it. This will go back in.
Yeah, but I wouldn't... Let's just say it's in there.
Yeah, let's say it's in there.
Let's say
So
you've
there you
balanced.
have your framework with 10 4-inch nails minus 1 balancing on it, and it's spectacular. So
I feel like we're
get thinking
involved
about
in
that.
some 80s advert here of...
So there we have... Sorry about that. And then the last one...
It's very... I'm enjoying this, actually. This is
Where's my
fantastic. Yeah.
So move that to one side.
Yeah.
So here you have a small standard matchbox
Yeah.
full of matches.
Yeah.
You
Do talk us through it because of...
Yeah, you put the cover on its end and the box of matches itself next to it.
Yeah.
And you put your middle finger as close as possible to the box of matches, and with your second finger and your ring finger, sorry about the wind.
Yeah, wind is playing havoc.
You pick up that and you just, without your middle finger moving at all, you place the matches on... Bugger this! Sorry, excuse my language.
It is...
Don't laugh, it's very good.
Very
Manual
funny.
dexterity, I'll just move into position.
What
So
I
you
would
pick
say
that
to
up
the viewers
like
that it is
that,
quite windy here.
and pop them on top.
There
like
you
that.
go.
And
Very good.
that you think, well, it's incredibly simple. How does everyone can do that?
Yeah.
But in fact, it's an extraordinarily difficult maneuver to bring your outside fingers, to bring your outside fingers up and
up and over.
Move that up and over without moving it from the table.
Still got it. There you go.
Put it on top, and you can even take
People
it
are going
off
to be.
again
Oh,
afterwards.
look at that.
So
very smooth.
If you play the piano, this should be very straightforward.
Yeah.
But this
so.
is an extraordinary movement that not many people do. That's the practice movement.
Yeah.
So many people get to that position, and they can't.
They can't
lift.
do it.
How on earth can you do that? Anyway, practice that, and wow your guests at Christmas.
Well, there we go. So that's 3 fascinating.
Well, I hope you enjoy them.
Yeah. Well, hopefully those that
they cost nothing to do,
that have 10 4-inch nails and a block of wood, 11 4-inch nails and a block of wood, will be giving that a go.
Exactly. Let's move these.
Very good. Very good.
Way.
Well, shall I do my one?
Yeah, by all means.
Again, this is if you're watching or listening, on Spotify, this is far more enjoyable if it's visual. So first things first, we're going to have to remove the mince pies, which we need to eat, really, which we will do in a sec.
While you're setting up.
So what we need here is a plate with a load of coins and then some water, which we're going to pour onto the plate, like so. So just a little bit of water, and we'll get rid of the rest. So what we now do is you say, where's the matches are here. So these are a little bit too big, so I'm just going to break one in half. And the dog has joined us, which is fantastic.
Lupin's arrived.
So
Our lurcher.
what we do here is you say you have a box of matches, you have a glass, an empty glass, you have a plate of water and a stack of coins. And the trick here, or you ask people, is how do you get all the water into the glass without touching the plate? So do you know how this is done? Have I done this with you before?
I think you have, but I can't remember.
Can't remember. Okay.
No.
So
crack on with it.
I'll do just that, Dad. So what we do is make sure the glass is empty. Don't want any water in that. This is where I might need a wind shield here. So would you mind being my wind shield? Because that would slightly deter from this. So we light the match.
Rather than deter.
Actually, can you be quite quick with that? Once I've lit this, I want you to put that glass over the there. Okay.
Yeah.
So hopefully that will fit. Wait. Let me put it on first, and I'll go. So what happens is the match
goes out,
and it creates a vacuum inside the glass, and all of the water, hopefully you can see that, all of the water has been sucked up into the plate. I'm just going to check that you can see that. Yes, you can. Fantastic. And that is my trick. Quite impressive.
That is very clever.
Yeah. It's good, isn't it?
It's only failed because
well, it hasn't failed.
The water has come up and put the match out.
Well, I mean, you can see the water's been sucked. Yeah, there's a little bit left, but not much.
That's brilliant.
It's good, isn't it?
More physics.
So make sure the coin stack is high enough so that the match doesn't go out because of the water hitting it. But there we go. So if I take the cup away, you'll see all the water comes out. So there you go.
Yeah, brilliant.
There's my Christmas.
Thank you for sharing
Christmas
that with
trick.
us.
It's fascinating.
That's your mince pie.
Thank you very much. So yeah, what do we think of those?
Well,
you did 3 and I did 1.
They will provide a bit of entertainment.
Yeah.
Homemade entertainment.
Yeah.
Doesn't cost a penny really, as long as you've got the.
Apart from some expensive 4-inch nails.
4-inch nails.
Yeah, exactly. Very true. Now, I would like to ask you, what are you most looking forward to on the big day? What are the Christmas traditions or things that you are most excited for?
Well, being together as a family is always wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And just having a mixture of time to ourselves, the 5 of us with Lupin, wherever he's gone, and just having the company of the family, and the fun and the jokes and Banter,
Yeah.
Archbishop thereof.
Yeah.
That always is part of Christmas for me, and then including Mum's wider family, and sharing the time with them, because we all have great fun.
Yeah, very true.
It's a lovely time.
So just sharing time is what you're most looking forward
absolutely.
to. What else? Anything else?
Well, gifts and making the house look lovely and just relaxing, and it's most important that Mum relaxes as well, given all the effort that she's put in and does so every year.
Very true.
I think that's extremely important, and just everyone being happy.
Yeah. We are, well, we do, basically we have this tradition that we host Christmas Day or Boxing Day, and then Mum's sister hosts either Christmas Day or Boxing Day. Whoever does Christmas Day then the other person does Boxing Day.
Yes.
And this year we're at theirs for Christmas Day, aren't we? And then we've got everyone for Boxing Day.
Yes.
So yeah, we're going to be hosting the walk, and then the Bloody Marys and the big meal afterwards as well. So very excited for that personally, because that is something that we'll be in control of.
And we've been doing these Christmases the attendees generally have been the same.
Yeah.
Which is great, and in no hurry to change that. But what has brought to past Christmases a variation on a theme has been utterly memorable.
Yeah.
And the variations have been, first time we tried it, we put on a nativity Christmas.
Yeah.
And
do you want to top up, by the way?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Good.
The invitations went out to the people we were having round on Christmas Day, asking them to come along and be the angel Gabriel, a wise man, a shepherd.
Yeah.
I think Phoebe was an ass.
I was an ox.
You were an ox.
Yeah.
And there was a Herod, I think, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
A baby Jesus was not real.
No, I think that was a fake baby.
But angels and so on. And just having drinks outside with straw bales and carols going was fantastic.
It was funny.
You just made a little bit of an extra effort. So a bit of a fancy dress like that.
Yeah.
We've had a Downton themed Christmas as well, which where we all dressed up and had photographs taken of us in period costume, and you had your +2s, I think, on, and tweed suit,
your
and
old suit I was wearing,
shotgun, I think, was sort of a festive look.
got me. And, quite ridiculous, to be honest.
And it was all,
I think Grandma might have been
great. Really was fabulous, and we were
wielding
sitting down. We put chairs outside and pictures taken outside the front door.
Yeah. No smiling, of course.
No smiling at all. No,
serious.
It looked extremely serious.
Yeah.
And that was all great fun.
Yeah.
Another non-themed Christmas, but an important aspect, or the vital aspect, was that gifts had to be either no more than £10 from a charity shop or homemade.
Yeah.
And one of the best homemade, that I hope you can see, was one of the
bottom of it. Yeah.
Christmas gifts made by your Uncle Dominic.
Yeah.
So
those, if you can't see, it's a wooden board with a Christmas tree on it with LED lights that are coming through.
Yeah,
very, very
a
good.
star at the top, and it's wonderful when you know you've got to make something. How inventive you can be.
Yeah.
And I think the best one I ever did was for Uncle Mark, picking up a piece of stone from the roadside in France once, bringing it home, drilling 3 holes in it, tiny holes, and sticking on 3 mountain climbers, one at the top looking over and pulling an imaginary rope, and then 2 others climbing up.
Yeah.
And the reason I drilled holes is that these climbers had, they're little model railway climbers, for example, where they had lugs on their knees.
What
on the
lugs?
bottom of their feet, well, bits that stick out.
Oh, I see.
So that you can attach them to a vertical surface.
Yeah.
And
I don't remember seeing that.
Well, it's round at, you'll see it on Christmas Day because it's round at Lane End.
Yeah.
And it cost me 10 quid.
Yeah.
No, less than that, because I'm talking about 3 miniature plastic figures and some glue. The rock cost me
hours
nothing.
of your time.
Not really.
Yeah, days on end.
But in a gallery in Chamonix, these things were on sale, I kid you not, for €1,000. And I made it for 5 quid.
I'm sure. I'm sure the ones in Chamonix were pristine.
No better than mine.
Beautiful.
No.
I'd beg to differ, but
give me some credit, dear boy.
I can't remember it, so I can't.
Well, you look at it on.
I will. I'll look at it on Christmas Day.
And that's the best one I ever did.
Was it?
Yes.
Very good. Did you have figurines of climbers? Were they climbers or were they just random little people?
Well, I'd actually seen the idea, so I cribbed the idea.
Right.
Noticed from the little crib. Comment reference there. Christmas festive theme.
Yeah.
But I cribbed the idea from an art gallery.
Yeah.
And I thought I could do that for next to nothing.
Yeah. You did.
So you just need a nice piece of rock,
yeah,
which resembles the top of a mountain,
yeah,
and just a drill through piece of stone.
We have done, we've done some very good homemade Christmas presents.
Yeah, we have.
It's like, or as a family to each other.
Yes.
From them to us and us to them. And
yeah, we have.
It's been very good because there are so many times I'm sure people watching this, listening to this, will know if you have an extended family that's quite big, 20 odd people, let's say.
Yes.
15 to 20 people, aren't like ours is. It can be quite hard to buy a gift for everyone.
Yes.
Buying a gift for your own family is fine, no issues with that. But then when you begin to think about extended people and so on, or extended family members, it can become very time consuming, and it can get very expensive depending on how you do it. And you might get one person something that's really good, and then another family or another family member something that's really average.
Yes.
And before you know it, you've dropped a load of money on stuff that you're really kind of not that happy with.
Yes. Which brings us neatly on to what we're doing this year.
Yes. Do you want to explain that?
With a Secret Santa.
Yeah.
Whereby 10 of us, so the 5 of us, plus your uncle and aunt, your twin cousins and boyfriend.
Yeah.
We have all done a Secret Santa, whereby the money that we would have spent buying 9 other gifts is combined into one. So each of the 10 of us received just one gift, but it's a really good one.
Yeah.
And it's much easier. So we've had the identification of the recipient has been conveyed to each of us as a secret.
Yeah.
But each recipient has put down 3 categories of things that they'd like. Something very specific, something a bit more general, and then something very general, so that it allows the donor to make a choice. And there's a upper price limit, which is it's important to stick with, and then it's a much nicer way of doing it, I think.
Definitely. Well, it means that you're giving a really good, thought out, decent present.
Exactly.
Well, I say thought out. It's been, as you say, you've been given ideas by whoever
so I
you've
hope
been.
That these games, these ideas, these themes. If you're entertaining or being entertained over Christmas, that you've got some ideas for making it more special, more memorable. Yeah, we've certainly found that to be the case, haven't we?
Definitely. I think it's so nice to do, and we're very very excited for tomorrow, because that will be Christmas Day as this is gone
Yes.
out. So hopefully...
yes, absolutely.
Now, I did like the way you ended off, or rounded off, the Christmas episode last year by giving us your Merry Christmas in multiple languages.
I saw that again recently, and I'm not sure that I can do it.
Do you want me to try and just help you out with
Feliz
I say
Navidad.
the country and then you go, yeah.
Buon Natale.
Say where it's coming from as well, because people might not.
Well, Feliz Navidad, that great song by Jose Feliciano. Unchallenging lyrics. You can sing along to it 4 or 5 times during the same carol or Christmas song.
Yeah.
Spanish. Buon Natale in Italian. Joyeux Noël in French.
Yeah.
And Fröhliche Weihnachten in German, I think. Fröhlich is happy, frolic.
Happy,
Fröhliche Weihnachten.
Weihnachten is Christmas.
Yeah. Weihnachten. I think it's Weihnachten, actually.
Okay.
Gott Jol in
Swedish.
Yes, something like that.
Yeah. Do you know Japanese?
No.
No?
I don't. I'm beginning to struggle now to get any more out.
Yeah. But this is where I think
Dutch, I think I'd struggle with.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that to all the Dutch listeners and viewers. Altogether, also already.
As well?
As well. I apologize for not knowing this in Dutch, but I hope you have a very happy time also. And Irish, well, we can do a few with accents. I mean, I'd have a feckin' great Christmas in Ireland if you're watching from there.
A feckin' great Christmas.
Yeah, feckin' great one. And as I said last year, don't overdo it.
No.
Just do it
Don't
sufficiently to have a feckin' great time.
too much.
Yeah, don't drink too much. Well, do, but...
Welsh?
Well, you'll have a very Merry Christmas. I really hope that you all get together and enjoy some time together. Very exciting time.
Yeah. Was it Gareth? Is it Gareth Edwards?
No.
Who was Gareth?
No, it wasn't.
The Welsh windbag.
Yeah, the Welsh windbag who got terribly excited when Wales were beating England, and one of the most enjoyable times was when England were beating Wales, and he was just quiet. He didn't make a lot of excited noises on the television commentary.
Yeah.
Anyway, and
Scottish.
from those north of the border, I hope you have a very, very happy time, both at Christmas and New Year, and you enjoy a tot or two, a dram of the glorious liquid that is the Scotch, and you need to nip across to the United States and say a very happy Christmas to all viewers from down south in the United States or in the northeast in Boston and that sort of place. There's a lot of Irish, big Irish community up there. And
can you go all the way down to Texas?
Well, I have just done that.
Is that just right the way down?
Yeah. And San Francisco, I really, to all my kissing cousins in California, I wish you a really great time. I don't know if any of you are going to be watching this, but I really hope you have a magnificent time. And then we have Indian friends, not all of whom celebrate Christmas, but nonetheless, we send warmest greetings. And we don't talk about cricket at the moment, because we're not doing so well at that.
And then Australia?
Australian, yeah, I have a cool Yule, which I think I mentioned last year. By the time you listen to this, of course, you'll be on Boxing Day, so sorry it's all over for you guys. And
New Zealand?
New Zealand, that's right, and I've got family over there.
Oh, that's South Africa
in New Zealand. Well, of course, the South Africans. I hope you have a great time. Get the prize out and watch some sport. And I hope you have a lovely sunny time.
Yeah.
And I think that just about brings us to the end of my Christmas greetings, our Christmas greeting. We did have a viewer in Western Australia, didn't we?
I think we did.
Particularly warm greetings to our viewer in Western Australia.
I can't remember his name, but yeah.
Well,
he was very, very sweet with his messaging.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll have to, yeah.
Now, anything else to talk about?
Well, I think that is a nice way of rounding things off. Unless you've written down, I've ticked off all the final bits.
No, I think I have mentioned everything during the course of our chat.
On a more of a serious note, for those who are listening to this, watching this, who aren't spending it with family or friends or loved ones, we personally wish you a very, very happy Christmas. I know there are times where it can be very, very challenging, Christmas time, for a lot of people. We're very lucky in the sense we have each other and our family to have an amazing time together, but so not everyone is or has that. So for those of you who are alone or don't have as much family around or friends around, we do wish you a very, very happy Christmas, and do make the most of it. Spend as much time with those around you, maybe that you do have, and cherish that time together, because we are, as a family, cherishing these moments massively, given what Dad's been through the past 10 years, and hopefully we have more to come. But it's obviously a very joyous time for us, but there are times where it's important to realise how fortunate we are as well.
That's very well put, and absolutely right that you should bring it up, because Christmas can be a very difficult time when you're watching other people having fun and you're not part of that. So very much our thoughts are with those, not just in the UK, but abroad, who are facing challenges which are life-threatening in the Ukraine and in Israel and the Gaza and the West Bank and other places where there is still enormous conflict, and so much of it in the name of religion. And of course we are thinking enormously about our religion, but somehow religion can bring opposing forces together in thoroughly the wrong way. And at Christmas time we make a huge effort to reconcile some of our differences, and we pray for it. Pray to whatever God we worship, and we do that. We hope that somehow things will be better in 2024 for so many areas of conflict, and I suppose we must pray for the wisdom of the peacemakers and the understanding and the tolerance of two sides that are in conflict, to try and bring an end to evil. That's perhaps not the right word to use, but bring an end to hatred and anyway. At that point, we wish to end on a high note and wish everyone who can the happiest of Christmases. Thank you for watching again. We wish you a very happy New Year. And we will see you early in January for our next episode. For my dear cousin Michael, I promise you that the Model Railway special is coming very soon down the road.
That will be coming soon.
And one or two other treats along the way.
Got some fun plans for 2024.
Very happy Christmas to all of you. Thank you for watching and being part of our journey. And we look forward to your company again in the next fortnight or so. So for us, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him. And that is nicely rounds off our Christmas special.
It does.
For 2023. Well done indeed. Very, very good.
Bye, everybody.
Happy Christmas.